What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Cold Black to Africa. B1 family, Asha. Is that Asha? Asha Mwamba. How you doing? Welcome in. Yo, we want to get onto this subject matter right here because, uh, I tell you, it has been a week to where we are seeing more and more things start to come to surface when it comes into brothers and sisters here in America. I call it damn Erica. Put the D in front of America, capitalize the E. Damn Erica. That we're seeing all of this mess that's coming to surface, you all, here in our black community. We've been seeing several people who died from drugs this week in their 50s and 40s. We seeing now that, man can have babies or portraying to have babies. And we're knowing about our poor little children who are still being messed over, violated by those who either in the family or those who are close to the family. So let me get a shout out to everybody that's coming right on because this is your man, not your boy. Hey, what's up there? We're going to start up here with Andre. Yeah, what's up, Andre? I'm your wisdom, not your ignorance. Bless you, go black to act. Okay, all right, Andre. Welcome. Antonio Pate, America is on his way down. Yes, America is down, really. I tell people right here, we can look at all the glam, the gleam that goes on in America, and it looks so peace and beautiful. But in actuality, when you talk about the spiritual morality of America, it's been gone. It's been gone. And you know what? There are those like yourself and myself who are trying to stay afloat, trying to deal with the pressures of every day that comes across your TV, your radio, your newspaper, your media, your social media, that they press upon all of this stuff upon us. But then when we see our brothers and sisters who are going down by the dozens, when we see that, brothers dying in their 50s, and then all of a sudden you find that they're using drugs and stuff, you find out our children who's being violated, then now you see this stuff coming from Little Nas X about, giving birth to his album and, this stupidity, this ignorance that is out here. It's a crime shame. America's not on its way down, y'all. America has been going morality. And I was talking to, talking to some family members, and I was saying, every day that goes by, your senses are becoming number. Your senses are becoming used to living in an environment that has pressed upon you its ignorance, its stupidity, that you just say, oh well. You're finding even family that even when you're connecting with people that might be friends, that might be family, you're challenged to stand on, what your wholehearted belief system was, that you're changing your belief system in order to try to keep friends and family. Well, you know what they say, this is what they do. You can't talk about, the political thing to say, hey, they have their right, all of these things are pressed upon us. And then before you know it, you surrender. And then all of a sudden, now what you stood for, you become one of them. Yeah, Bianca, they are turning people to be delusional. When are we as a black folk going to stand up and stand on the square of righteousness? Righteousness, what's that? We don't even know what right is. We sit around here and we talk about some idiotic things in this world, but nobody has the heart to talk about, let's get it right. Let's do this right. Let's stop trying to BS each other, cut around corners, and take everything, trying to get over on something, trying to get your little piece by being crooked. What about we get back to what's right? And then we see our brothers and sisters out here who are struggling because of the pressures of life, and they on drugs, battling seriously on drugs. And then when we see that they died, we're like, oh well, it was them. But you don't even realize that it's encroaching in your household. We don't even realize that encroachment is on your kids. Well, it don't affect me. It don't affect my family. That's them. That's the world. I'm telling you all, you're going to surrender. your wholehearted belief system, because you're under attack daily. We are under attack daily by the agenda that's out here that tries to force us to comply to their every demands of wanting us to change who we are. And then you got to sit and talk to your son about why this stupid guy out here is got his pregnant belly out here, and we got to deal with questions of addressing that while they're pushing down the front door and trying to push in your household, on your children's, in your schools, and yet we just sit here and do this. Zip lip, throw away the key. Well, it's just the way the world is. This world is evil. It's just crooked. Really? No, the whole world ain't like that. Yes, it's not a perfect world, and you do have issues in everywhere you go. But damn, Erica, put the D in front of America, capitalize the E. Damn, Erica, the whore of all whores, the one who's fooled the whole world, the one that everybody wants to follow, everybody wants to jump in bed with her and get their piece. You want to follow that? Here's the funny thing, family. People will run out of the house when it's on fire. When they see it's on fire, they run out of the house. But when you try to explain to people the house that you are in is on fire, you don't see it? You can't hear it? You can't discern it? You mean to tell me that you cannot discern the spirit of man? You mean to tell me you are fine and great when you are living in a country that is pushing its agenda upon you and your kids and their kids about what is the life should be? When you having grown men out here portraying to be pregnant, I'm telling y'all right now, just sit back and watch. You are watching our young men transform into women. This was just the door that was open through Little Nas. Come on now, listen to it. Have y'all listened to the black men disgrace the women? When I sit back and I say, I got to discern. So I watch certain channels and I watch certain brothers. They are demeaning women. Do you know what that means when you hate black women? When you hate your own women, do you know what happens? You begin to have a fond for your own. You begin to be able to find attraction in your own, who you are. When you sit and call women, when you say you can't trust women, they're bees and hoes, they ain't about nothing, they ain't no good. Guess who you're going to start to take a liking to? See, we don't understand when you hear black brothers demean sisters and putting them down, saying you can't trust them, they ain't about nothing, they all about the game, they users and all this right here. Well, who are you turning to now? Who are you going to turn to? Who are you turning to when you putting down sisters? Because now we seeing images of men with bellies out talking about they're pregnant. See, now we hear about this whole thing about that the so-called chakras and that the anus is the highest place you can go as far as the so-called nirvana, the anus. I've never heard in my life. Guys are talking about they want their daggone buttholes licked and all that. They get enjoyment in that. This is ridiculous. To have grown men sit here and say they like getting eat out. Now you hearing guys talking about the girl strapping up the dildo and hitting it for the rear. Do you really? The guy wants to be the woman now, and then they want the woman to be the man. This is where we at. And nobody sees the house is burning down. Nobody can discern the spirits of man, where we've gone to. This is ridiculous. And nobody sits and says nothing. Everybody wants to laugh and joke about it. But this is where the men is turned, and this is where the women's are turned. You can't discern that? I've told you all this right here. The daggone alphabet crew, the LGBT, all right, they are the ones who are responsible for this whole game. Now, I'm saying this right here. You got to know history. The gay white man was the one who started the LGBT. Why? Because he wants to remove the woman out of the place and have the man be the transvestite, change and be the woman, and he can be with him. They are removing women out of the picture totally. And y'all can't even see it. Y'all can't see because women that they're beating up women, disrespecting women, and all that, and trying to push women aside. And the LGBT is pushing women aside so that the man could be with the trans man. And y'all women running around here going down to Florida to get your butts big. You're running down to Florida to get your breasts big. Trying to get more attractive for a man who don't give a hoot about you. This is what we've come to. And now you got these men out here. Little Nas just did a thing on being pregnant. Y'all seen it, right? Now you're hearing these men, grown men, talking about getting eaten out in their rear. Their girls strapping on objects so they can get hit from. You know, I can't wait to get back to Africa. Here in another month or so, I'm out because there's nothing greater than being around people with sound mind. When you can talk to men and talk to women, when you can see that this garbage does not exist, that your kids could be in a safe place without being inundated with the garbage that is on TV. Now, I ain't saying all African countries, because y'all seen some of my videos where I've said that, some of these African countries are becoming more westernized, but not the whole country. Because most people, the youth, are going to the cities. Everybody wants to be like America. But I've said this before, Africa's 30 years behind in America. 30 years, 30, 40 years. And if we can wake up Africa and show them the truth about America, then they'll be like, whoa, the black men are turning into the women, and the white and the black women are turning into the men. This is a whole gender switch. The drugs is taking over. People overdosing. Still using drugs. And I'm going to tell you right here, for anybody who has an ear to hear, I'm telling you right now, all right? If you're using marijuana, please stop. Don't listen to what the white boy's been saying. It's an innocent place from the mother earth. It's an innocent drug. Do you know? Look, there was just a report just came out today that those who smoke marijuana are 4 times likely to have a heart attack between the ages of 25 to 40. You think that innocent drug really is innocent? I'm pleading to my brothers and sisters. I'm not trying to beat you up if you smoke it. I'm saying, why are you? We are in a country that's promoting it. They're legalizing it every day in a different country, state, or city. And we're jumping on board. And then we wonder, why are we so inundated in our communities with the weed, inundated with the alcohol, inundated with the cocaine and the crack, and now fentanyl's just killing everybody. Did y'all see I did a video on Michael K. Williams, the actor who just overdosed? What was it, 2 days ago? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see the comedian Faquan? What's his last name? Hold 1 second here. Faquan, he's a comedian. Faquan Johnson overdosed. I think it was yesterday, with three of them overdosed. He was with, I think, another guy and a white woman. And another white woman, what was her name? Let's jump right here. Look. Kate Quigley, another comedian. I've told y'all this before, right? We have become just like them. In white society, we try to do like them, act like them, be like them. It's destroyed us over the years. And we're sitting here in a burning house, and nobody can see it. And I get it. You go outside your door, you see the beautiful houses and the cars, and it's peaceful, it's quiet. But behind closed door, do you know how psychologically infected that a lot of them are? How much of us are walking around sick? They just had a guy. What? Every day you turn around, there's a mass shooting. What? The guy that who just shot the Marine guy that went and shot up four and killed four people, thinking the baby and the family dog. Nobody says anything. Why? Oh, it ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh, it has everything to do with you. It's knocking at your door. You can't hear it. You can't hear it knocking at your door through your TV, through your radio, through your magazines, through your social media. You can't hear it. And slowly you're being transformed. And you be the first one talking about, not me. Why is it that you, the holistic says, to grow your own weed? Why do you got to get high? Think about this, y'all. Not to beat you up, but think about this, black folks. Even if it's white folks on here. Why do you have to get high? Somebody asked me about 6 months ago on my channel here. I was doing the show. Do you see anything what's wrong with smoking weed? And I said, what's wrong with a sober mind? What is wrong with a sober mind? Well, we do know that weed will put you in a different place. Why you got to be high? See, we don't have these conversations. You're not going to never find nobody on YouTube talking about this. Yo, y'all, don't get high. Stay away from that garbage. Do you know what they spray in the seeds they've cultivated and they're selling out here these different breeds of marijuana and the strength of them and what they're doing psychologically to a people? See, nobody wants to hear this talk. See, everybody wants to go with the doggone drama and the ignorance that's going on in the social medias. But when somebody's sitting here telling you, look, your life is in danger. Your children's lives are in danger. The spiritual demonic system that is your children and you are up against, you need to be sure to make sure that you see what's coming down the pike. Look, let me show y'all this right here. This right here, I talked about this the other day. Let me show you this. It's ridiculous. This is where we've come. I'm sitting here at the park, my wife, and this sister, this is what sister, her and her son. This is what she has her son with. And you gonna tell me we not sick? You look at that right there. If you can, I'm gonna try to get it straight so y'all can see it. This is a black little boy with two white little girl doll babies. He was sitting there playing with them. Now, somebody gonna say, what is wrong with that? What's wrong with him playing with doll babies? I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing with doll babies. Look at that. Can y'all see that? A black mama with her boy. What is that? How in the world can you accept this? He was playing with two little white girl doll babies. Now I would let him get away with it, okay, he had Superman, we had Superman and Batman, these superheroes, whatever it is, whatever. Y'all remember the little doll baby that came out, the white little doll baby, My Buddy and Me? That was the white man's little doll baby for their boys to play with. But tell me, y'all, come on now, am I wrong? Am I looking into this too much? She got her black little boy, her son, playing with two little white dolls. What do you think is happening in his head? What is his young, impressionable mind being converted over into? What is he being turned into? What is his whole mindset, his view, his perception, which he will grow into? What do you think he's going to wind up becoming? Somebody please help me. This is what we have become as a people. You would have never saw that in the day. What black dad would allow his black son to play with two white little girl doll babies? What black man? What have we become? This is ridiculous. And now it is that you just see it now. You just saw now this whole thing. Rappers now are gay. They showing that hey, they coming right out that closet now. They getting real wide open with it now. They ain't come out yet. See, when P Diddy and all them jokers come out of the closet, see, I'm telling you, then everybody's gonna come out. Did y'all just see African Bambaataa? Now he's been already accused of molesting and raping little boys years ago, but now there's a lawsuit against him, just been filed 2 days ago, for him sex slaving a 12-year-old boy. Being sued for sex slaving a 12-year-old boy. Now you tell me, if it's just that one 12-year-old boy, how many other boys and girls out there are being sold into sex slave? That sick African Bambaataa. Boys came out years ago talking about they were raped and sodomized by them. Him and the Zulu Nation. Look it up. It's out there. Now, just 2 days ago, lawsuit filed against African Bambaataa, the Zulu Nation, for sex trafficking a 12-year-old boy, tossing him around the group. This is ridiculous. But see, when I say something, people want to get upset. But if I sit around and talk about stupidity, if I sit around and talk about the ignorance that's out here, people want to hear that. But when we're talking about the saving of our children, the images of a black man under attack and the black woman being moved out of the way because the black man wants the man, he's slowly moving y'all sisters out of the way. And I keep telling my daughters, let me find your king. You're going to have to get the heck out of damn Erica, because these jokers out here, they are changing daily. Changing daily. You know, my daughter told me that I guess it was a friend or somebody who was dating this guy. Come to find out, that joker, he switched on her and was really gay. They dating. This is sickness all around. Sickness. And we sit here, and when you watch these jokers have meltdowns and they starting to disrespect sisters and women, and they're just slowly pushing their sisters out of the way, their hearts will be turned to men. That is written in the ancient scrolls, the writings, the scriptures, whatever you want to call it. That is written. They shall become lover of selves, for they shall become all of these various things, and they shall become lovers of self. See, this was written already. It's amazing that people who hate scripture, that it shows you exactly the signs of the times. And because you're so blind and you don't even have any type of spiritual connection, that you can't even see what's before your face. And I'm like, nobody sees this, what's happening? Please, I know there's people out here who see this. I know people see what's unraveling. I know there's people who's discerning and having visions, or even seeing what's coming down the road. I know some of y'all do, right? I called this day and had a vision about 12 years ago, that this whole rap scene would be nothing more than black men being gay and promoting their gay lifestyle. We're right now in this day. They just now pushed your little Nas, who he did. They pimped him for his little beautiful little kid song. Now all your little boys who liked his little rap song now follow him down the hell of, and now he's now on stage kissing guys, and now got the video out there with him being pregnant and all that right there, and nobody says anything. Women dancing to daggone idiotic music that's disrespecting themselves. That blows my mind. How can you listen to music that is disrespecting you and you can't even see that they're slowly moving you out of the way? How can a woman have a gay friend when he's trying to get other men that is possibly yours? How can you be with somebody who has a man that's gay that is taking away your opportunities, want to be like you, want to sound like you, want to have the claims like you, and you deal with a fake wannabe woman, and you go ahead and raise his head and blow his head up and having him believe, go ahead, girl, yeah, that's right, this and that. That's him. I don't care. Really? You mean to tell me you can accept somebody being fake, trying to take the role of you? I'm sorry. If a trans woman wanting to be a guy or a trans guy, whatever, however they say it, is trying to come around me talking about, yeah, dude, what's up, my nigga, this and that, this and that. Yo, hold up. You a woman. No, I ain't. I'm a dude. No, you are a woman. It is a disrespect for me for you even trying to be like me. You can't be me. And I'm not going to accept you to be me. I ain't going to hurt you, disrespect you, and be mean to you or do harm to you. But look, sometimes we got to tell the truth. Look, you a woman. Yo, you a man. Yo, you got to get out of that sickness. But no, what we do, we dag on, go here and co-sign with them. Why? Because they're one of your loved ones. Oh, it's my brother, it's my nephew, my niece, my aunt, my uncle. So it's your family member. So you okay, but you gotta love them. And nobody said you ain't gotta love them. Don't mean you have to agree with it and pump their head up and go along with the flow. We have subscribed to a sickness and have become it, and now it is right in our household. How can we? Who is going to stand up and say what's right? They're standing up, marching in the streets. Who is going to stand up and start speaking? Yo, I'm sorry. Yo, that's wrong. That's wrong. You could do your business in your house. That's none of my business. What you do in your bedroom ain't none of my business. But y'all are out here promoting and doing parades and doing all of this crazy stuff in the street and walking around and hugging and kissing and mixed messages, and got commercials now. You got TV shows now. You got all this stuff pushing and pushing and pushing. And yet everybody's supposed to zip their lip. Because everybody's scared, because that beast got big. And most of them jokers that they're on the doggone TVs, or the people in the entertainment, sport industries, and the music industries will not say a word. Y'all see what they did to the baby, that guy there who said something about gay or something like that? Did you see what they got him doing now? Oh, he was about to lose everything. He now going talking to gay communities. They got him now. Yeah, now we got you. You either lose all or you do what we say. But the black community, the black people, see, y'all, some of y'all ain't old enough to know how it used to be. See, when we had our men out here, we wore the beards, we had our masculinity, we had our structure. I ain't saying everybody was perfect. I ain't saying that. But I can tell you right here, in the high 90s of percents, you can guarantee the men were men and the women was women. And anybody who wanted to get out of that, they had to do that secretly, somewhere where people didn't know. But it's accepted though. And I'm not mad, because this is what a European nation will do. This is what Europeans do. It's in their culture. You can look it up. It's in their culture. It's in their poetry. It's in their sculptures. It's in their paintings. You can look it up. Look, I took a picture of this right here. Me and my wife, we went to Y'all know, I look at my video that I did. Check my video I went when I did of Harriet Tubman, okay? Because I was denouncing what our brother Dan Calloway was saying, that she was fictional character. So I went to the birthplace. I went there to go see for myself, talked to a few historians, seen the museum, saw the documents, saw the paperwork, got to see and learn a lot more to educate myself, to make sure that the other 8 states that I went into, that I've been to see this whole thing about the Underground Railroad, got to see the houses that had the secret places, and got to see some of the barns, and got to see some of the depictions of what's happening. I had to put it to rest. But look at me say. So we went to this place called Newmar in Wilmington, Delaware, and it's this old. It was this mansion of this rich white guy who DuPont, y'all know the DuPont company, right? That was his affiliation. And that's how he got his wealth, was through gunpowder, whatever. But DuPont is that family. Well, my wife likes looking at old historical houses and stuff like that. So we went to the mansion. And, I'm not up on that, but that's her. That's my wife and stuff. So I was in there, right? And let me show y'all. This is what white people, this is what they do. I took some pictures of this right here. This is some of the artwork in the houses, okay? This is what you find in this houses. This wasn't in the mansions, right? Right here. This right here is a sculpture. It's a clock. Okay, you're going to see these little naked babies. All right, you're going to see these naked little babies kissing each other. It's throughout the house. They have them on some of the chandeliers, some of the paintings and stuff. This is one right here, right? Let me go ahead and move on to the next one to show you here. This was the whole clock right here. Right here. See, I want see people when I do history and I start to get on subjects. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can get that clear for y'all. That's the whole clock. That was a clock. All right. So let me show you this right here. This is the sickness now. Here's one right here. Got the chandelier right here. The naked little babies, See, because we know that pedophilia, right, is huge. If you look into the Greek and the Roman history, you're going to find that pedophilia was just a part of life. They say a man's greatest, reaching his greatest ecstasy, nirvana state or whatever, was being with a young boy. That's facts, y'all. Look at the history of the Roman and the Greek, European history. This old, art and stuff. This is what I took out of the house. I took pictures in this house here, right? And I remember these paintings because we used to live over in Germany. And I remember some of these paintings and these sculptures years ago. I was in Germany for 4 years as a child, from kindergarten to 4th grade. And I left the middle of my 4th grade year. I don't know if you can be able to see this or not. These are naked people right here. This is all in their paintings. This is their history of the nudity and of the pervertedness that happens. I'm sorry this ain't clear, but you're going to see this right here in some of their paintings. This is what we've become here, accepted in this Western world. Now this right here, this painting here is kind of hard to see, but they have a lot of paint artwork of orgies and stuff. You're going to see, here, let me get this picture right here together. Well, they'll have orgies and men kissing men, women kissing women. And I couldn't get a good shot of some of these right here. But this right here, it was in the mansion. This is the artwork that they have. This is the artwork that they have. And I remember these days. I remember seeing these artwork and their sculptures of man with animal, man with babies, man and women, having orgies and stuff. And we subscribed to that. We fell into that as a people. Let me see if I got some other pictures. Yeah, that's it. I just took some of those pictures there. You know, this is, if you go on the Google and you look at the artwork and you go see the sickness of the history of the Europeans, there's no denying. Read some of their poetry. Disgusting. And yet, because we feel as though that we could be connected and achieved and arrived and be like them, we've taken on the whole lifestyle. Now, people want to say, see, you always blaming the white man. Why can't black man just take responsibility for his own self? He should take responsibility for his own self. What I'm telling you is that you can become your environment and you don't even know it. And one generation goes by, and then they pushing genders, they pushing different type of things and stuff, and young impressionable minds begin to subscribe. And like I said, for those who just came in here, when you start to see, when you start to see these changes happen, and they're happening these changes happen so subtle. They happen so subtle that when you out in public, now you seeing this. You seeing this in public. How is it now that you see this right here in public in 2021? A black boy with two white dolls playing. How far is it going to go? Well, we already see our youth already done is changing genders. They already been violated. A lot of them done switched the roles and genders. That all came from the Western Europeans here in America. That's their thing. I can't get mad at them, especially what's in their culture. Can't get mad at them. And what I do is that I scratch my head when I see us subscribe to their ways. And then when you see Fuquan Johnson, the comedian who just died, who was hanging out with white folks, snorting that old cocaine laced with daggone fentanyl, and he dead now. See, when you go ahead and do your research and you talk to those guys, those brothers who's in the industry, whether it's in the sports industry, the music industry, whether it's in the movie industries, they tell you when you go ahead and you sign that contract and you hit it big, what happens? They give you your money, they give you your drugs, and they give you your white woman. They set your whole life up for you. You don't even make your own decision. And if brothers are so ignorant and don't even realize that, you just subscribe and took after a pattern and a behavior off of those folks there. We ain't never did that. I'm 55 years old and I'm here to tell you, there was a day we didn't do that. There was a day we used to say, white people do that. You listen to the news. A man went and shot up the store. They did mass shootings in the 70s, y'all. Man went and shot up and killed 11 people. Black folks, you say, that was a white guy. There was a ring of gay people that were arrested, that were having house orgy. That was white people. We would say that. Now, you can't say that today. You'd be like, can't even say that. There was a drug ring bust that was found with a group of people who was caught with LSD, acid. Oh, that was white boys. Today, you can't say that. You got brothers out here subscribing to their teachings of spirituality, meditations, methods, and want to subscribe to these drugs that's supposed to, take you to a place and free you. Hey, let's try the Ashuka. What's it called? Ashuka. Somebody help me out here in the chat. Let's try that. Let's try what's it called? DMT. Let's try DMT. See, I know this because I used to live around the white guys. This is what they do. Yo, we having a party, man. Yeah, hey, it's a swingers night tonight. Swingers night? I ain't trying to swing, man. Swapping wives and doing all that stuff right there and having the orgies and all that, right? Y'all can go on and do that. This is what happens. And dummy us, because we're ignorant and we should take the responsibility, go follow right along. Hey, it's cool, Hey, I'm just going to go see. There's this wicked club in Nashville, Tennessee. Can't remember the name. And a couple of brothers told me about this place. You go in and they got these rooms and you just walk in this glass windows and you got all this orgy and weird stuff going on in these rooms, and husband and wives inviting people in and people. And I'm like, what made you go and visit this? I want to go check and see what it's about. See, that one look gets you, and then now all of a sudden you want to partake in it. Because see, when you hang, I can really understand why the scriptures say, do not hang with them. For they worship other gods, they do other things. Do not let your children, your sons, marry their daughters. Do not let your daughters marry their sons, for they are a wicked people. It was talking about intermingling with different cultures of people who were not on the same spiritual place that you were. But what we do, well, man, what's wrong with it? I mean, what's really wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Okay. And now what do we see? Oh, yeah, today, 2021, it ain't nothing for us to be killing each other, dying and strung out on drugs, you know, up here violating our children. This sickness here has been passed on. People say, oh my God, you're going to say that they passed that on to you. Well, I'm here to tell you right here, because see, there are those ones out there who try to tell you, oh yeah, Africa has this, Africa has that. And yes, there's villages that, that they have just gays, this and that. Bull crap. Bull crap. And I'm here to tell you, it's bull crap. I'm going to tell you this right now. I know this for a fact because I've been to 13 countries. A white media can go into Africa and pay people to behave and portray certain ways, and they will do it for the sake of money. And they will make documentaries out of it. They will make stories out of it, short films out of it. See, they come in and they can go ahead and give money and go ahead and tell a story. Get them to say something. If you say this right here, you say that right there, we'll go ahead and give you the money. And this is what some of these African cultures, villages do, just for the sake of the money. Oh, all I got to do is say what? You want to do a document? And only thing I got to say is, yeah, we have this issue. We do this, we do that. Yeah, we just want you to go over there and just hug that guy right there. Give him a kiss right here. We'll give y'all this amount of money. I know this for a fact. And then I watch these YouTubers run around here, right here, making these frivolous stories and, titles and stuff, that some of these white YouTubers do to get the views and all that right there, and making Africa still look shameful, and nobody's challenging them. But here in damn Erica, put the D in front of America, capitalize the E, damn Erica, we have subscribed to everything of their lifestyle and culture. We have lost our everlasting mind. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up because, when I sit here and say, people say, America's falling. Babylon's falling. No, Babylon has failed. Spirituality is first and foremost. Without it, anything goes. You can't have a beautiful society without a moral fiber of what righteousness is to the base of what life is. You can't. Anything that's built outside of the base of man, woman, and child is wrong. You build off of, that's where corruption comes from. That's facts. If you can't get the base of life right, how you expect to build off of that, and you building everything that you want on top of that you don't even support the base of life, male, female, child. We got to wake up, y'all. We got to wake up, because I'm telling you, I have seen this whole thing unfold. Let me show this picture again, because I know many people are. Let me show you this again, because this is where we at today, 2021. 2021. This is where we are at. He has two little white girl doll babies in his hand, and he got a black mama. Now you tell me, do you think he got a black daddy? You tell me, do you think he has an active black daddy in his life? And if he does, I would love to meet him. Ain't no way a black man. See, this is the problem with today. We think everybody who got something between their legs and is over the age of 18 is a man. No, wrong. You got 6-year-olds who ain't no man. They boys. We have a terrible example of what men are supposed to be. Very few men that are out here trying to represent and be the men. There are men out here. But daggone it, there's a whole lot who ain't. Flipping and switching sides. I saw the video of, you go to YouTube and you see, I saw the news of a shootout, or they shot up somebody shot up at a gay club, and there was Little Kim, I guess, was performing. And when the news was showing that at what was who was there on the inside, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, this dude's out there, look straight up, beards, and look just like men. You can't tell today. Just because they may look like something don't mean that they are it. Let me go ahead and put the link in the chat right here. Those who want to go ahead and call in, you can call in. What do you think? I've been 47 minutes I've been this right here, family, because it is gotten out of hand. I've said this right here before, because people, hey, they believe America is the greatest place. If money is your drive, then come to America. But if you want to go ahead and bring your family here to damn Erica, if you want to bring your family, that's your business, you do. But I can guarantee you this right here. You are totally up against a beast. You walking in with children and your spirituality, your culture, and all that right there, which will slowly slip away. Your wholehearted belief system is slowly going to be choked out of you. And one day you're going to be those sitting up there talking about, well, I don't see nothing wrong with a man being with a man, a woman being a woman. I mean, if a man wants to be pregnant and all, see, you are the same ones who are sitting around So we have in the chat, right there, the address. I don't know why my screen is not scrolling. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now it's scrolling. Yeah. So yeah, family. So I mean, hey, y'all calling in what you think? Because like I just showed y'all the picture of the young little boy with the 2 white doll babies. What do you think how he's going to grow up? What is his mind, his impressionable, young, mature mind, his tender little mind? What do you think he is going to grow up and be like? That's easy to discern. What do you think that little boy is going to, let me put him here too, because we still got people coming in. What do you think that is going to happen to this young boy right here? What do you think? What mindset is he going to have as he grows up? How is he going to portray himself? Is he going to turn out to be wanting to be a mama? Is his eyes going to be set on maybe white women? Is he going to be maybe a pedophile and like to? I don't know. I wish the best for him. But his black mama sat there proudly with her son, playing with the little 2 white baby the girl doll babies. And I'm like, come on. Do you not know it's your responsibility to raise a child, to teach a child that everything you put in your hands of your child, that everything you allow your child to set his eyes on, that it It is slowly transforming them in their thinking. Somebody said she could be the social worker therapist. You see, we will always try to find a excuse for the idiotic behaviors that we see. We always try to find that. There is no way in the world a social worker, I don't care what is that going to prove? Well, I mean, he has this with him, and we was in the store and he really wanted those dolls, so I gave it to him because the social worker said it would be good for him. And I wonder what color the social worker is. Because we know there was a day we saw and we thought differently when it came to raising our children. When I was coming up, it was more of the, the white kids had all the liberties. They didn't have the curfews, and I ain't saying all of them, but where I grew up around, and I grew up in around a lot of states because my dad was military. It was always like the white parents were always linked. The kids let them talk back and be misbehave and all that right there. And in the black community, we were proud that we had disciplined kids. Oh no, you ain't talking about back to mom or dad. You get checked with the quickness. But then we send our kids to these therapists. We send our kids to these doctors. We send our kids to these people, and we listen to them tell us how we should be raising, how we should be as people, how when we don't even know if they even stand in the same spiritual belief system that we do. That spiritual belief system is gone here. Going damn America, damn Erica, excuse me. Let me put that chat back in here. I know somebody got something to say. What is your thoughts? What's your opinions? Am I going too hard or what? Is this just something that I'm just making up? You know what I mean? Is it really not that bad? When you see black men now, grown men, sitting talking, and comedians talking about it, the people in movies, the actors talking about, like to get their butts ate out, likes the girls to strap up. You want to be the receiver and her the giver. Isn't that crossing like what really nature really created us to be? I mean, you want to go to now, we seeing the young ones, those young pharaohs and these young, conscious people, as they call themselves, you know, are into this anus stuff now. Trying these drugs that the Europeans, the white folks use, the DMTs and the daggone, what's it, Ahushas, or whatever it is that they be up there drinking and you go out of your minds and everything like that. And then we wonder why we crazy. See, back in the 70s, yeah, there was brothers out there in the hippie world messing around, going on their side, hanging with them. Hey, bro, hey man, try some of this acid. I've met two people back then who was older than me. They lost their minds, tripping off of acid, PCP, heroin. See, when we crossed over the railroad tracks and we decided to figure like, hey, they cool, they want to hang with us. Yo, bro, why don't you try some of this right here? Really? This is ridiculous, y'all. We gotta raise our youth. We gotta protect the youth because society today is pressing so hard on your children's mind and you. Some of y'all don't even know how delusional you are. You can't even see in front of you. He's just making a big deal out of nothing. He's just, he look, no, ain't nothing wrong. I mean, hey, everything's cool. It ain't that bad and all that right there. Okay. And we seeing all these stories happening. Oh, if y'all in the back room too, family, for y'all who know me and all that right there, y'all got to show your picture real quick. If you don't want to be seen, you can cover up. I need Keystone to show his face real quick. If you don't want to be his or her face, and we can go from there. I'm sorry I had y'all waiting, y'all. I hope y'all weren't waiting long because my light is in front of here and I didn't have the tone that go off. Keystone, I need to see who you are. Okay, you can go ahead and hide your face if you want to now. Hey, what's happening, Fred? What's going on with you?
Hello, Go Black. This is my first time connecting with you, brother.
Yeah,
You've been an inspiration for me. I work as a social worker myself, so I know exactly what you're spitting. You're spitting facts, and I deal with people all the time. And you're absolutely right about what you're saying. Our culture, this cancel culture, is just really ridiculous, especially for our people, and it's dragging our people to the deep end. It's just sad, man. It's very sad.
yeah,
And you can even really express. I don't want to talk about the other thing. The jobs situation.
yeah,
Yeah, you
That
don't
they
want to
making
talk
it.
about that, my man. You don't want to
Yeah,
talk about that.
yeah. I don't want to talk about that. But the key thing is that your our culture right now is like there. I feel like there's an agenda is being pushed
It is an agenda.
that hey, you, especially for black folks, especially for our people in general. I don't care what if you're African from Caribbean, if you're African from the European, or if you're an African in the United States, black people, we've been targeted. There's an agenda against us. And we have to be careful. We have to be guarded. Or if not, we're gonna be destroyed. Just my opinion, my humble opinion, sir.
yeah, yeah. I was telling my daughter, because she's about to start work and get into this industry and all that right there. And I said, look, let me tell you this right here. You got to be aware. You got to be awake. You got to be vigilant, about when you start stepping into this, you be careful what, them trying to suck you in, going to house parties, going to these outings, going to these various things, because, you know, they're gonna try to pull everybody in of their whole lifestyles and all these things and want you to be part of, and we get sucked into it, you know and then before you know it, you become it, you act like it, now you it. And you're absolutely right. The agenda is there, they even call it an agenda themselves. I call it the alphabet crew. It's got an agenda to go ahead and take over all the youth's mind by adding the continuous alphabets so that children can subscribe to whatever they say this definition is of where they are, whether their sexuality or their mindset, or if they have not been involved with somebody, you're this. If you don't have desires, you're that. You fall into all these categories. This is what they're doing. And we as parents are allowing our children to subscribe to the garbage.
And look how they use the technology. I'm in the tech game. I do the cell phones. I do the cell phone test on my channel. Everything, you know what I mean? I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I see what they're doing. They're using the little Nas X's and the people who could get to the youth minds to change them, to make them into homos, and could try to control them all that. A whole new world order. That's all it's all about. And trying to take your soul away from you, period.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing of it is when I'm watching man's, our spiritual, the essence of who we are, that we really are walking around now. I mean, without a spirit, that means anything goes. And when you're seeing the youth, when you're seeing these youth, when I say youth, I'm even talking about those in their 40s behaving aimlessly, walking around doing things and having behaviors that I've never seen before. Brothers behaving, I mean, in fashions, and sisters behaving in fashions that is like, my gosh, do not we, somebody else that's seeing this in my age and older, but we ain't saying nothing about it.
I'm going to say something about it. These older women want to be the young girls of today. Stay in your place, grandma. That's what I got to say.
Say that one more time, Keystone. You broke up. I can hear you.
It said, these older women want to be the young girls of the day. Stay in your place, grandmom and mother. That's all I got to say.
That's true. That's true. We have people who want to be like the youth. That's and that gets me. It's like, you know, I saw a somebody did a little write up thing and asked the question, you know, if which one would you pick? Would you want to go back to the and um, age of 15 and know what you know now, or would you rather be 45 and have like $20 million? And I was like, it's a stupid question,
It's
but
a
this
hard
is
question.
but this right here, when I'm looking at it, and I said, let me read the responses, let me read the comments of these people, and I just like, we still stuck on money, and we still stuck on trying to be young. You know, you need to tell me you in your 50s and you still running around talking about you want to be millionaire, and you still acting young. This is just ridiculous. But it's just the way of the world. Amara, what's going on?
What's going on, my brother? Go black to Africa.
What's happening, brother?
It's your man, not your boy, bro. This is an honor
Not
and
your
a
man, not your
privilege,
boy.
bro. Your
Hey, what's
honor
happening?
and a privilege to talk to the royalty, the MVP, the Hall of Famer of traveling to Africa. Go black to Africa, bro. It's an honor, privilege, man. To be here in your platform for the first time. And I seen the topic you put up, and I like it so much because I took action. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I took action. I got two sons. I'm from Sierra Leone. I got two sons. I've
Okay,
been here like
okay.
24 years. Okay. 7 years ago, the light bulb came off. I say, I'm going back to Sierra Leone. And I
Yeah,
planned myself, bust my butt, did everything. I'm on the final stages of going back. But I took a key step. I withdrew my kids, two boys, out of the U.S. educational system in North Carolina
hmm,
because they passed
Mm.
regulation that one, anybody can use any bathroom, whatever gender, you can use
Yep.
whatever bathroom.
yeah,
You
That's
know,
across the country
then
now.
then they took the step of trying to teach my in African saying I run the show. If I'm going to talk about anything sexual to my kids,
yeah,
I'm the one that's supposed to have the conversation with my kids. And when they're old enough, I consider them old enough. No government is supposed to tell my kids going to a school system that it's okay to have to same sex relationship is okay. How can you go into the school system and tell kids that that is okay? I'm the one that's supposed to have that conversation with my kids. I withdrew my kids out of the system. They're in Sierra Leone right now with my wife. Where I got the power because the
Amen.
African governments, they run the education system like a business. I'm a paying
Mm.
customer. I'm a paying customer. I gotta say, you know, if
yeah,
I don't run like the way the school system is run, like a business, I'm a client. I cancel. You see what I'm saying? And you gotta
yeah.
chase me to keep. That's the power I got in Africa. You know that I don't have in America. I'm so happy you brought this topic up, and I'm so happy I took this action. I'm at peace, bro.
I
That's
want to
good,
take
brother.
this.
That's good. That's
I
good.
want to take the same action too. Leave Philadelphia and go to the motherland and visit it a few times. Like you. I was just watching the episode, and I already know your dollar, American dollar, goes a long way over there. There's a brother from New York. I got stuck there during the COVID. Now he pays for $1,300 a year for a place up there up in Kenya somewhere.
Hmm. He paying
1,300
thirteen hundred
for a
dollars a
place
month
for a year.
for a
For a year,
year.
it's cheap. No, it's cheap.
Yeah,
It's
For a
cheap.
year, for a year.
In,
1,300 a year? Shoot, I'll be rich over there. I'll
in
be able to
Sierra
live
Leone,
here with a lot of stuff.
you can get a 3 bedroom house, rent it out for $6,000 for 2 years.
know how much I'm paying over here in Philadelphia? I'm paying $1,500 for
A month.
for a 1 bedroom apartment.
Yeah, a month.
Woo.
I'm
No,
paying
yeah.
something similar because I downsized because my wife and kids are over there. I downsized. Now I'm paying $1,200 for 1 bedroom
What?
apartment. In Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, in
So
Charlotte, yes, yes, Charlotte, yeah. I lived there, yeah.
And I want to ask, how the African road system over there compared to our Interstate 95, to our Interstate 76 or 285?
the interstate, you don't have to worry about that because
Depending on what
the
country.
depend on what country. Most of the times, the highways are fixed. It's the neighborhood roads that are bad, like in West Africa. I've never been to East Africa, but I've been all around West Africa. The neighborhood roads are bad, but the main highways and the main streets are well done. You know,
Mm, that's
so it's more
interesting.
when it comes to neighborhoods, it's more like community service. If we all pitch in, we all come together, we hire a contractor, we fix the road for ourselves. In West Africa, the government prioritize main roads. I've never been to East Africa or Southern Africa or Central
Well,
Africa. I don't know how they
East
do it over
Africa
there.
got better roads. I'm gonna say that right now. You
Yeah.
know, I'll also say that even if you go a little south, I was in Namibia, I was in Botswana. They got good roads too. You know,
They got roads built like the New Jersey Turnpike.
well, I mean, it just all depends on what you're talking about. Just like, I mean, they're concrete roads, highways. They're highways. They have. So yeah, oh yeah. So but I'm glad though. But Amara, I had a question for you. The
Yeah.
You said you got your kids out of school. They back over in Sierra Leone.
They're in Sierra Leone. In the school I went to, I spoke to my old principal, and he said he accepts them. Some of the boys I went to school with, they're teachers over there, so they're looking over them. Then the principal was my teacher.
Yeah.
My teacher, the principal over there now is my teacher. So I have that close knit set of people that watch them closely in the school. You know, and my
Yep.
wife is over there. So
That's cool.
That's good. That's good. Because I
And
mean,
how the current?
you
Let
get
me
them.
Nice.
just let you get finished. My fault.
You say what now, brother? Go ahead.
Yes. How's the currency situation in Sierra Leone with the gold and all that? Could all affect that all these people from my country and all that came over there and Europeans messed it up for you over there. So how is it now with the
you
diamonds and all that?
no, the government,
Well,
this
hold up, hold
president,
up, fellas. Hold up, fellas. We're not gonna get in that conversation. Let's stay on subject.
Oh, stay on subject. My fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna stay on subject. We're gonna talk about the beast here in America that is pressing upon our houses and
Yes.
pressing upon our kids. That's already in the
Right.
schools. That's
Right.
already that has its
We got
agenda.
to work over here first.
We
Right.
have to, because when I keep showing this picture right here of a black mother, this was taken about a month ago. A black mother who pridefully had her son in public with two white dolls
what?
that that is
That's
playing
disturbing.
in the public. Where have we gone wrong? When we see that the alphabet crew that has such an agenda that is casting its net amongst not only the children but the adults who are blindly allowing it to change not only their behaviors and mindsets and ways of life, but their children's. This is
They're trying to.
right
Here's
here
one
is
answer.
totally, ridiculous. Now, some people say mother got a right to do what she want, all right there. I'm saying that this is just one small depiction of what we see this future of this country is going to be in so-called the cultures of what we would call Black America. That
Yo,
right.
that's death by design, man. That is death by design. When I had young pictures like that, I had Transformers on my arms.
Yeah. And then
Huh.
when you see Little Nas X now that they did
Personally.
the video of him being pregnant,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
No, no,
Jesus.
his belly's out. He's got his belly out. They showing it like he's pregnant. Got his baby, his album baby. We already know he's gay, and he's been doing all of these perverted videos and on the music shows or whatever he was on. These things are just nothing more than he is just nothing more than a forerunner to the things to come by the agenda pushing the door wide open for black communities to subscribe to these type of lifestyles. It's
Can I say
already,
something?
yeah, go
Can
ahead.
I say something? Go back.
Go ahead.
Uh, One thing Little Nas X doesn't understand is that he's been used himself. He's been pimped himself. That's what he doesn't understand. That the media is using him.
The industry,
The
yeah.
dominant culture is using him.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is that that's what a lot of people be thinking, that we allow that.
No,
But
we
this is
don't
the
allow
sad thing,
that.
that we allow that, but we are not, and that's not true. This is how we have to be vocal. This is how we need, a platform like yours, other people who are doing the right thing, and we have gentlemen coming in, and women who are advocates, who are really talking about this. Something just we have to just advocate.
Yeah.
This is
I
this is
mean,
channel. You go right ahead.
yeah,
Some
it's like one of the people in the chat saying, it's really the industry that pushes the envelope. You push the envelope, you see what the backlash will be. If it's not much, hey, we can push it even further. This is what's happening. When you don't have the rated X's and R's and stuff to go ahead and exclude your children away from different shows and stuff. This stuff is broadcasted broad daylight on local channels, and yet your child can sit here and watch it or what have you, even though you take the responsibility for your children watching whatever it is that might be on TV screen or the television, evil vision. But what I'm saying is that we're sitting by the wayside, being silent by allowing them to push agendas upon us. Like Amara said, he had to pull his children out and send them out of the country because he did not want his children being taught certain things in certain ways that he believes would go ahead and corrupt their mindset. He took
Exactly,
a
brother.
powerful action. That is a heroic action. That right there is a daddy action. That's a man action right there. Hats off to you, brother, because
Yeah.
you know what? Many people will lay by the wayside and allow this to continue to go on, and they lose their families.
Exactly. Exactly, brother. Brother, just look at the historic degeneration of the black race in America.
And more, I'm
From
gonna let you
rape,
know something too. To the elite, the jail system is the crown royal. The jail system, the prison system is the crown royal. So when they get the fathers locked up from doing all the crimes on the damn street and all that, or they get murdered on or they get murdered on these streets, and the son and the kids don't have a father to go to. This is the stuff that happens, and it's all
yeah.
planned and it's all designed.
But I was going back to the contrast from Reagan bringing drugs in the black
Oh yeah,
neighborhood.
right. Yep.
To from then on now, a systematic degeneration of the black people in America. Always the government has always every step of the way they change something. You know, from bringing drugs into the black neighborhood. The black neighborhoods was out there generation after generation. You were passing on values from granddaddy, great granddaddy to sons to whatever. Passed it on from generation to generation. Everything was in place. Here come the government bringing drugs in the neighborhood, destroying black families, locking up the black man because he's intimidated by a black man in the prison system, propping up the black woman so she don't have no man now because you lock up the black man. Then the next wave is feminizing the black man. Every step of the way is a systematic governmental degeneration of the black race in America. You see what I'm saying? Systematic degeneration. every step of the way. They got a playbook. If it's not that, is gays, and this gay thing is just we just sitting on the tip of it. Once you
Yeah.
open the Pandora's box, there's so much in there that they plan a whole playbook that if you do not take action, I see far ahead. I say if I don't make a move now, I'm looking at the baby steps. I'm looking far down the road. If I don't make a move now, when am I going to make a move? When my son comes home and he's a complete stranger from what I raised? Am I going to wait that late? No.
That's what's happening.
I see the
That's what,
sign early and I act early. you know, I see the sign early and I act early. And then when I get the school I went to, all the people that are over there, well wishers that mean well for me, are watching over my sons, and then the neighborhood where we stay at, they're watching over my kids. Everybody's there for my kids' best interest. You know, over here, just because the government pays for the school system, they could change it anyhow. They could. You don't control your kids. How come I have my kids and I'm the one that's supposed to show them right from wrong? I'm watching NFL Network. I'm not trying to kill anybody. I like football. But the other day, I had to hurry up and change the channel before my kids came in and saw. There was a gay commercial. How a family sports like football. Me and my kids were watching it. You know, I'm hurrying up to change the channel because they had gay commercials on it. Before my sons run out the kitchen and come and watch the game, I'm hurrying up with the remote control, changing it, changing the channel.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do that anymore. I can't watch. We can't have a family event where we can sit around the TV and watch without these commercials coming in.
They don't have no
So where
respect.
is this safe for a family?
They don't have no respect for us. They don't have a respect that there are people out here who oppose that type of lifestyle, or who have a centered family structure that stands on their belief system. They talk about all this, your rights for your religions and your rights for these things right here, but they continue to trample on it. No different. I did the video of the so-called damn Erica who flies the dag on the alphabet cruise flag in these U.S. embassy in these countries that are Muslim states, that are other African states that oppose the gay agendas and stuff. But they know that, hey, it's our soil right here on this embassy, and we can fly our flag. And it's like, what is your purpose? What is your point? Why would you disrespect another culture when you know they have a total different culture and it opposes that? Why would you thumb your nose at their faces to raise the flag of the gay flag? All of these flags that are out here, why is it that the church is subscribed to this one flag? The embassies in the U.S. have subscribed to this one flag. Out of all the different groups out here, you subscribe to this one flag. That tells you this is a government attack against a people who's trying to change people's mindsets and cultures and their belief systems and their sexualities. Because they're not raising no Black Panther flag. They're not raising no cancer awareness flag. They're not raising
Right.
no other flags that are out here. They're raising that daggone alphabet crew flag around this whole world, pushing in this agenda so that I say, that's why I said women should be the first in the uproar, because it's a male. It's been created by the man. The LGBT is created by the man. The focus is to get the men to become like women so they can move the woman out of the picture and they can have man for himself. It is in their
Yeah.
cultures, in their writings, it's in their poetries, in their daggone sculptures. If y'all would just get out and go to Europe and look it up.
What they trying to do, make these into David Bowie and Mick Jagger, put on the damn skin tight jeans saying it hurts so good. That's what they trying to do to the men. It's crazy.
It is because it's a slow attack that it's not violent. It's very subtle. It's very like innocent. Like like Amara said, hey, we can put it in a commercial during a football game. We can put it in a commercial over here during a cooking show. We can put it in so it's all about an attack. It's an attack when you can raise a flag and you can put it in a country that you know they oppose that certain type of lifestyle. What is your agenda when you know that this is a country that has either their religious is Muslim and you're raising in a Muslim state? Why would you have a disregard for that? Where
It's
are
an
the
attack on family.
Where's the pre-OW, the military flags? Where are all these other flags of the cancer awareness? Or where are these other flags when it comes to these other groups that are, doing good, or foundations or things like, where are these flags at? Why ain't anybody raising a flag, raising Cain, saying, why do they get the first and foremost advertisement than everybody else? It's
I'm
because
gonna tell you where them flags is at. They still got them flags, but the cancel culture up these gays will hang them by the balls and do whatever.
hey, you look at these daggone churches got the flags up there, and this is their word. Everybody's welcome. Y'all didn't say that when the black folk was out here, 20 years ago. What are you talking about? Everybody's welcome. We weren't welcome into your churches, but now you got the flag and talking about everybody's welcome. No, not
Are you
everybody.
serious?
Yeah. Do you see all the churches, especially the Catholics, got the gay flags right there in front of their churches? You go now to all these restaurants. Restaurants got, gay friendly, got the flag in the front doors. You're starting to see them everywhere. You walk into cities, you got the roads painted with the alphabet colors on it. On crosswalks. It's like, don't anybody look, we're taxpayers. Why is it that our taxpayer money is allowing them to have the control in the cities, and yet nobody's saying nothing? Why isn't
We
it
got
raising a
we
flag?
taxpayers. We taxpayers, but we don't have a say. That's the thing right here. Control. These people are all about control, control, control. They tell you how to do things, what to do, when to do, and the same thing over and over again. Control. That's why finally, man, couple years, I'm finally going joining my family. I'm going this November, and then next year sometime early, and I finally joined my family because over there I got ultimate power. I got to say, from the school system to everything, I got to say, because the government over there is not trying to control nothing, not trying to control your life. There's a culture that's been instituted and sitting in place for thousands of years for people to follow. These people consistently come in America. They change the narrative all the time. They change the goalposts. They change the rules. So we as consumers, we just supposed to just sit down and just answer to everything they ask us to do. You already go to work. You do what you pay your bills. You do everything you're supposed to do. Then they come into your bedroom. They come into your house again. They're trying to change that again. Come on, man. What can I control something?
Then they're trying to make you take a shot of poison too. That's what they're trying to make you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just very crazy. And when you talk about the jab, say the nerve of you to talk about the jab.
Well,
You're right. It's time to go back to Africa.
What'd you say? Go ahead.
You're right. Say time to go back to Africa, go back to motherland. And it says more freedom over here than it is in America. Like you say, don't control your life. It seems like you people over there in Africa know what's going on before the people here that are dead in mind over here in America. Y'all know the 411. It's crazy before we do.
Yeah. So, my thing is that, are we going to just wake up, or are we just going to stand by? Because, by just standing by and just being silent, we already know what's going to happen. Your grandchildren, I got nieces and nephews, great nieces and nephews, actually, that is just like, and I asked my family, is just like, are you going to sit back and wait till your son come through the front door and say, Mama, I'm a girl today?
Yeah.
Are you going to wait for your daughter to come and say that she's changed her agenda?
Yeah.
Is this what you're going to wait on? Are you going to wait on your child to come and now all of a sudden be strung out on drugs because, You know, the schools have the drugs there. Out here in the communities all around in the drugs. Are you going to wait for your child to be being subjected to all of this stuff, and then all of a sudden you lose your whole legacy, you lose your lineage, you lose, your family now has been messed up and stolen away.
Mm.
It's
Control. They like to control everything. They try to
yeah,
control you all the way. you know,
I'm here to, and
everything
I'm
but
here to let
control.
you. I'm here to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, there's an area in Philadelphia that I know about very well called Kensington. It's the biggest second biggest cartel drug market of fentanyl and heroin in the nation. Everybody in the world goes there to sleep there in tents and everything just to get high, do whatever they got to do. You got people leaning over, being zombies all over the neighborhood while the crime goes rapid, shootouts and everything and murders are all happening all through that neighborhood, West and East Kensington. It is off the hook there.
it is. And that's another thing. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about the homelessness that's
Yep.
that's just running rampant with these people who really need psychological help. A lot are strung out on drugs. A lot of people, in Ohio, I'm gonna tell y'all, the meth scene is crazy. It's crazy, and yet they say it's an epidemic because they ain't arresting the white people who's using the meth. They ain't arresting white folk for fentanyl use and all that right there. They call it an epidemic. They send the EMTs and all that to with their Narcans to recover these people and all that right there. But in the black community, oh, you're going to jail. Oh, you got the drugs. Oh, you're going to jail. And so we sit back and we say nothing. We sit here and accept what is given to us. And that's why I'm saying you got to go back to Africa. You got to get the heck out of the country so that you can get out of the smoke, so that you can really see how things really are. When you in a certain type of life, and sometimes you're delusional, and you're living in an illusion, unless you could take a step back out of it, then you're going to say, wow, my gosh, now I see. I couldn't see it when I was in it. Now I see it. But when you in it, it's hard to understand what this very subject matter I'm talking about, because it's not in your doorstep right now, but it's all around you. You're living around amongst you. And our children are being taken advantage of daily, whether it's their sexuality, whether it's through drugs, where it's being violated, whether the list goes on and on and on. And sex trafficking is so huge, they don't know what to do with it. They can't even control it.
They say
I just
In
heard in
my
the
state,
airport.
North
I was
Carolina.
hold on a second.
they say,
I
and I'm
was in
gonna
the
let you know.
airport. I
Let
was in the,
you go ahead.
hold on a second. I was in the airport. This was the first time I ever heard this. I was in the airport, leaving from Ohio, went down to Maryland. And in the airport, it said, if you have a suspicion that a child is in danger, please call. Because this sex trafficking is crazy. Our children are definitely looked upon and being victimized.
Right.
But they don't talk about what's going on in the black community. These kids that are going missing. They don't talk about that. Kids
That's a
going
lot.
missing. They don't do you don't see the red alert. What they call alerts when they come on when the kid goes missing, the Amber Alert.
Yeah.
They said there's so many kids that go missing daily. And it's like, I don't hear much Amber Alerts.
Yeah.
Black kids.
Black
I'm
kids.
telling you.
High commodities. High commodity. That's $1 billion industry. And then I just saw, what was it, the funeral home that had 5 dead bodies, unaccounted bodies, and it had like 50 fetuses. Like, what was it? The funeral home. What is a funeral home doing with 50 fetuses?
Selling them.
Yeah.
Done.
And then nobody says nothing when you have the so-called Planned Parenthood in all the neighborhood, the hoods, You
Mm-hmm.
cannot
Mm-hmm.
find no Planned Parenthood in no
Oh
white
my God.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our kids are under attack, and then they sit here and promote that Planned Parenthood is all about briefing your children about the right decisions in life, and you can get all. No, no, no. It's abortion clinics, and it's taking the kids, our children's babies, and they're selling those fetuses for who knows how much money. And they're
That's
using it
disgusting.
as stem cell research. They're using it and taking out all this other stuff to be able to help other so-called races to be able to advance them in their protection that we already have, like melanin. you know, that's facts. So
They're
Yes.
they're so obsessed with us. So that's what they're trying to do. Get our melanin so they can live long and be able to beat the sun. Guess what? I got news for them. You're not going to win.
well, I tell you this right here. We need to wake up. As I come to a close, I'm gonna let y'all say y'all last words. But we gotta wake up, y'all. We got to be the protectors over our families. We got to be the voice for our kids. We got to be the ones who speak out against the drugs that's in the neighborhoods. Those pedophiles that roam about. These daggone agendas that are coming in, that are infiltrating in our neighborhoods, and their flags are being flown and their voices are being heard. Who is going to say anything about it? You know, I don't
We
see
got to
many YouTube videos out here doing it. Because they're afraid to get shut down. I don't care about the daggone money. I don't care about the views. That don't bother me at all. But you don't see it. You don't hear about it. And you know what? When I do a video on it, it's the least views that gets those videos get is when I start talking about our children being violated, our children being the gay agendas. Those are the least watched videos because nobody cares. What you got? We'll
That's,
start with you,
that's true.
267. What you got? Finish out for the night. 267 is on you. 267 Technology Community. What you got?
Okay. This is why I do the technology thing to teach people about the technology, how your technology can make you a lot of money all over the world. If you do your if black people really did their homework and research, we wouldn't be in the problems that we're in right now. But you have stubborn people in these neighborhoods who don't want to leave their block. All they know is their block. All they know is they one raggedy woman that they're with, and they don't really try to grow, don't really try to succeed in nothing, and they don't even get the chance to even get to go to the motherland or anything like that to really go ahead to get to know any knowledge and try to pick up on a lot of stuff. This is why we need community. We need Go Black to keep on going in these countries and exposing what's the real over there, so we know what we get into when we get over in these countries. You know what I mean? And the one thing about these countries I learned and the knowledge I know, you got to learn the culture in these places. You got to learn the culture. Leave that American crap over here in America and go over there as a toddler and learn the culture over there in Africa, South America, and different places. Don't bring that hip hop crap over there to another country. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. Fred, what you got?
Again, thank you for having me on the phone tonight. It's been a honor and pleasure. I just want to say we are the custodians of our households. We should be the examples. Our kids should be looking at us as heroes. Charity begins at home. If we set those examples at our home, then we won't have to deal with this mess that is going on in the United States. And the key thing also, as us, we should be educating our families. I will also employ people who are listening right now to have their kids get out of public school and homeschool their kids. Homeschool. If you haven't gone to, maybe not having time to repatriate yet to Africa, for the meantime, at least you can start homeschooling your kids right now. That's my suggestion. And the other things, I really appreciate the people you have in the panel. They're very well said, well educated. Uh, again, just educate. Please go black. Keep on doing what you're doing, brother. You have a lot of people who are listening. You're motivating people. People are getting educated, getting learn. Um, I just thank you for the opportunity again. God bless you. You have a nice, blessed day.
All right, you too, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, it's on you, Amari. What you got?
Yeah, brother, it's an honor and a privilege to be here. Let me reemphasize that again. And this is your calling. This is your calling. If anybody I never told you, I'm telling you now, this is your calling. This right, what you're doing right here is a real weapon for the black community. You're like a savior with your voice out there, talking to thousands and thousands of people about issues that are important to us. The next generation, is dependent on us, the actions we take right now. You don't make good decisions right now for your kids. Don't turn around and say, oh, tomorrow, what went wrong? Because the ball is in our court. Just like I took my decision I look far and wide and I say, oh, this is open a big Pandora's box. Let me take my kids back back to Sierra Leone, where they'll be educated, where I have ultimate power, and in the school system that I have a say in an environment where I you know, I'm the man. I can control everything. The government doesn't interfere. you know. So the money is good in America sometimes, perks and bonuses and whatever. But the trade-off, it's a trade-off. And you're willing to trade your soul, you will trade morals, you will willing to trade family values, you're willing to trade a whole lot of things. That's a decision you got to make. And if the next generation is going to revive anything in the black community worldwide, the decision is dependent on us parents, to make the right decision for our kids. And that's what I did. I'm happy you brought this subject. That's all I got to say.
I appreciate you, Amara. You take it easy, brother. Hey, much success to you. You're gonna be back in Sierra Leone. You said November.
November, sir.
How
Yep.
long you gonna be there for?
I'm gonna be there for like at least a month.
A
I'm trying to
month.
spend Christmas with my kids, and then I come back. I'm gonna
Christmas,
tie a
man.
few.
Leave that Christmas in America, man. What are you talking about, man?
No, no. What I mean, well, okay. Let's cancel Christmas.
Christmas.
Just spending time, family time with my kids.
Okay.
Family time with my kids and my wife in an environment that I can control. I
Leave
take
that
that back.
Western stuff
I
in
take
the
that. I
world.
take that back. I take that back. I
Hey,
take that back.
brother.
No
Hey,
more
man.
Christmas talk.
I
All right,
feel you,
bro.
man. Hey, if you celebrate, hey, that's you. That's your business. But I appreciate you, man. And yes, most definitely, man. Shoot me an email. Go black to Africa at gmail.com because I would be there in Sierra Leone. Probably sometime in December too. So
Okay.
maybe we can connect while I'm over there. You never know.
Okay.
It would be great to have somebody that I know that I can connect with.
Yep. I definitely will. I definitely
Okay.
will, brother.
All right, brother.
Okay.
Appreciate you. But
All right.
people, let me say this right here in closing that hey, my man Amara, he said he made a strategic move. He made a heroic move that he had to get his children out of America because he saw what the schools were doing. He started to see that they started to infringe on his job as a parent to teach his children about sexuality, who they are, what is right, what is wrong. That he sent them back to Sierra Leone to get out and sent them back to the school he was brought up in. That's a heroic move. When you have so much concern for your kids that you don't want the Western agenda to be able to dictate to you and your kids what is best and what they can be. The sad day has come where we have been so complacent to allow a system to give our children the idea that they can pick and choose what genders they want to be, who they want to be with, how they want to be. That right there is a strategic move that they're doing because I'll say it again and I'll say it to my last breath. This agenda is to move women out the way. I am surprised that the women ain't in an uproar, that they can't see that the alphabet crew has been established so that those men who are bi, who are gay, trans, are moving y'all out the way. They want the man to become the woman so that they can have their frills and thrills with them. And y'all sit on the sideline and say nothing. Matter of fact, you clap your hands and praise a gay guy when you should be offended that a trans would sit there and say, no, I'm a woman. And what you got to go through as a woman, that your ovaries, that your egg, that your menstrual, that the sign of you being a woman, you're going to let one come along and sit here and try to remove you out the way. This is the push that they have been doing. And then men who wants to go ahead and take that same old road that they have been sucked into, they take responsibility too. Brothers out here who done switched the roles. People talk about Atlanta, Georgia. Me personally, I can't stand Atlanta, Georgia. Because Atlanta, we know that's the mecca of the daggone hell that goes on there. Well, everybody think, oh, yeah, it's the land of opportunity. I've been to Atlanta quite a few times. And the spirit on Atlanta, for those who have the spirit of discernment, knows what I'm talking about. When you don't know who's who, when you got to be like, is that a guy or girl? Or even if it's a guy, is he trying to come on to me? When you see the drugs, when you see the killings, when you see, and everybody praises it. I don't get it. But you know what? I'm only speaking to those people who are looking for ways of protecting their children's and their children's children. Hey, there are places out here that you can get away from this whole push of agenda that is slapped in our face when we're seeing today men with their bellies hanging out, talking about they're pregnant. You seeing men being taken out by drugs by the droves. And then you see right here, let me show y'all this right here. Then you see this. This is our future right here, family. This right here is our future. This is our future. That is our future right there. I'm saying get the hell out. Because what they've pushed upon us and what they continue to push and continue to push. And when you see that now, I'm listening to these guys on some of these YouTube channels and finding out through what's really going on behind the scene of some of these groups and stuff. What these brothers now are switching over and what they're into. The anus satisfaction of the height of one's chakra or energy. The what? That you got grown men who comes out on the radio and on the TV shows and talking on these platforms and stuff. You know, they like to get eaten out by their woman. This is where the men has become. They want their woman to strap on some doggone dildo so that they can be the receiver. This is where the men has become. You know, I'm only speaking to those who know what's right, what the base of life is. That's what I'm speaking to. I know this upsets a lot of people because you might be, tapped into certain lifestyles. You might have family members that might have tapped into certain lifestyles. But when are we going to get back to the basics of life? The basic of life was man, woman, child. We know that. When are we going to stand up for what's right? When are we going to be like, yo, hey, I disagree with that. I don't hate you. I'm not going to discriminate against you, but I'm not going to stand here and let you force me to say there ain't nothing wrong with it. No, I'm not standing by that. You can ostracize me. You can ridicule me. You can go ahead and persecute me, but I'm going to stand up what's for right. What is right? What's right? That's the base of life. Ain't no other form of life can come without a male and a female. It's just not happening. Now you got some ignorant folks out here who are going to stoop to a daggone an insect and try to find some little starfish. Well, the starfish, it carries eggs, and then it goes ahead and the male he see. When you want to stoop to another species to try to prove your case because of what you believe is where you want to be, I'm sorry. It just even speaks much more volumes of your ignorant self, that you can't even accept that what you came out of the womb, we can't even accept, because we're in a twisted system that's been overtaking people, that has been holding people hostage, that has been silencing people. It's been silencing the white, the black, the brown, the yellow, the green, the whoever, all these people who's in this country. It has silenced people, stifled people. You can't talk about it. You can just let them go ahead and run rapid in pushing the agenda. This ain't right. So, family, I'm saying go black to Africa. Peace out, family. Much love to each and every one of you all. Protect your children. Keep them from the predators who pushes their way through their agendas on your children. Your children's going to thank you for it, and they're going to love you for it. Peace out, family.